Hello and welcome to Operation Crypto. Today we're going to run over the project which is DIA. We'll have a look at some of the basic fundamentals of a project. We'll run over some key statistics and then we'll finish off by looking at some chart analysis to see what's been going on with regards to price action. Right, so let's get cracking, and as ever we will start off on the main website, and this is the DIA website, and it does give you a good breakdown of pretty much exactly what the project is and what they plan on doing in the future. So it is verified and transparent, and it is oracles for the DeFi economy. Already, as you can tell, we're in a bit of a crazy DeFi bubble at the minute, and everything to do with DeFi and oracles seem to be absolutely pumping. So I thought I would give a good rundown of this project for people who have not heard about it before and what it actually is. So if we just scroll down, we can have a look into it. So it is trusted oracles for decentralized finance. DeFi applications are reliant on trustable and scalable data feeds to build reliable products and avoid exploitation and manipulation. DI leverages crypto economic incentives and the wisdom of community to source, validate, and deliver trusted financial data. And here we can see quite a complex chart of how it all goes along. You have obviously your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, different types of coins there, which also get put away through the system, and it does explain here. So it starts off by sourcing, so bounties for data sourcing and data validation get funded with DIA tokens and are completed for reward. All data is pulled from primary sources to DIA servers. We then have the supply aspect, so the DIA database gets hashed on chain, and all scrapper code and documentation is hosted on GitHub. That's what you want to see. You want everything to be open source now, and that's what this project is doing, is logging it all in GitHub for just the average Joe like myself or you, just to have a look and see what we're actually doing. It just says that all data is accessible via API endpoints or oracles. And finally, we have the access section. So lending platforms, index providers, prediction markets, and other users can freely access DI's open source validated data streams. Everything needs to be open source these days, and it does show that there is transparency within the project, that you basically can see that everything we're doing. And that's the first point I'll come on to, which is transparency. So these are some of the key features of the network and the project. So we will jump into transparency here. So DI's data feeds are open source and accessible. Sources, methodologies, scrapper code are hosted on GitHub and database hashed on the hash chain for all full auditable of historical data. That's what you need. Everything nowadays get audited, and if we go, for example, go through a full blockchain security audit, then that information will be there readily available for somebody to run over it and give them a good review on the security aspects of a project. So we have validation. So DIA data is verified by a whole community of stakeholders. Market actors can submit requests for data and incentivize the validation of feeds. Continuously incentivize validation via token staking ensures effective QA. That is a main bit there, the community of stakeholders. That is one area that makes it decentralized. You don't want one person of central authority who calls all the shots and has a vast majority of the supply in their hands. And that's what, for example, Chainlink is. It's a little bit flawed in that aspect, whereas this isn't. And we will look at, this is an ERC20 token, so we'll look at Etherscan soon to see whereabouts the supply is and who's holding what, for example. And then finally, we have scalability. So decentralized data sourcing enables easy scalability. DeFi enables the design of financial products on highly diverse underlying assets and events. DIA provides a scalable infrastructure to meet the data needs. Moving further down the website, we have several areas of information. So we have a background reading section, and these all link to specific Medium articles where you will get a more in-depth analysis of the project. I'm not going to run through all these now because I'll be here forever talking about this project, but this is just, like I say, a basic overview. I will drop the link to the website in the description, so if you want some background reading yourself, and you can crack on and have a look into it. But I just want to jump into this Medium article here, and I'll just show you what they're actually all about and how it's all laid out. It does say that DIA, transparent oracles for decentralized financial ecosystem. So this basically tells you everything about a project. What I'm mainly interested in here is the introduction of DIA, because this video is an introduction to yourselves to give you an idea of what it is. So DIA, which is Decentralized Information Asset, is an open source financial information platform that utilizes crypto economic incentives to source and validate data. Market actors can supply, share, and use financial digital asset data. One key point to note here is that it is a Swiss-based non-profit association. It is DIA's mission to democratize financial data, similar to what Wikipedia has done in the broader information space with regard to central encyclopedias. DIA data source and methodologies are transparent and publicly accessible to everyone. DIA uses crypto economic incentives for its stakeholders to validate data sources when they added to and throughout their usage. So that does give that the stakeholders section there and the validators, that is the whole decentralized aspect of a chain. But like I say, I'm not going to run into depth about all this because this is just a little overview. What I'm going to do next is jump over to CoinGecko, and we will get an idea of the key statistics of the token and where it's trading and how much volume we have, for example. DIA is currently ranked 132 out of all cryptocurrencies that are listed on CoinGecko. CoinGecko is the best place to see all the lower caps. It takes quite a while for CoinMarketCap to get them listed on there. It's a bit of a long-winded process. But here we do. You see projects come out of nowhere and they're listed straight away in CoinGecko. So that's the reason why I use this site more. We have a current coin price of $3.23. Today's date is the 29th of August 2020, and we are up 2.4% on today's trading. We have a maximum supply of 200 million tokens, and in current circulation we have 25.399 million tokens, so that's not many really considering that. Now we have a market cap of around $80.7 million, and the trading volume we have $31.3 million. If we just jump across to see where the trading is actually happening, so look at this, we have quite a big list of pairs already. So predominantly we are getting the volume over on BKX and then KuCoin. Uniswap, you would expect it to be, it's one of the low cap wonders. Mooniswap, Bitmax, we're on quite a lot of exchanges here, so that's good to see that even pretty much all the way down to 2060 getting a little bit of volume on all these pairs, so that is good to know. We'll just go back to the overview. What I'm interested in is the all-time high, which was 11 days ago on the 18th of August. We did it $3.98. We are currently 19% down. You could call that 20% since that happened. But next, that is the key stats. So I want to jump over to Etherscan and we'll just have a look at what's been going on recently and what's going on with the token. So holders, currently we have 11,403 separate addresses of DIA. A total of 91,000 and around 91,000 transfers. If we look at the holders, so here you go, you have 47% of the entire supply in one address. You would expect that to be teams. And then again, we have another wallet with 11% in. We have a burn address which has around 19 million tokens in, which is close to 10% of the supply. And then further down you can see different exchanges where they're held. And then you would expect, I mean, look at that, KuCoin's got around 1.6 million of the tokens. But yeah, if you just scroll down, then you're getting towards these ones where people's personal holdings. There's some really big wallets here which holding quite a very substantial amount of supply. So I mean, look at that, the 50th wallet is holding £193,000 worth of a coin. So you just need to be careful with this one, just in case people do drop it at some time. But we need to see where the price goes with this really. Let's have a look at some, we'll jump over to KuCoin and see, we'll just do a little bit of technical analysis over here. I'm not going to jump to the KuCoin chart because there's no data at all. So we will be using, this is ChartX. This does have a lot of the low caps on, and it's basically trading, and you can get some good TA, and you can pretty much highlight what's been going on, what you could potentially expect to happen. So we have coming up to about a month's worth of data here. It does show that the all-time highs was around there. On Uniswap we did jump up to, what's that, around $4.30. So we'll mark it up there, and that is really the point to aim at in the future. What I want to do with though is just potentially look at some entry points. Again, if you just mark this up here, we did hit that level of resistance support, so we bounced up that twice, so that could potentially be another area to entry. So what's that as a price? $1.80. I mean, you could say there's no chance of going back down there, but look, we have wicked down to area twice before. We come close, we were down at $2.30, but I do think that could be a potential area to have some spot orders in as your low ball order. I think that could be a really good place to start. If not, if we don't come down there, then I mean, I think anything from around, what you could say, $2.40 down. If you target that area there, so we'll just mark it up as well. I think if you target them lows from a few days ago, I think there's a potential to get in here. Look at that as we speak, we are moving, shot up to $3.35. But I do think that the potential to get in there, so have some orders set, and then also have some orders set down here. You can't set orders on Uniswap, but as I say, we are on Qcoin, we are on OKX, so have some orders in place to potentially get some good investments for the future. With regards to price predictions, I'm not going to give any. It's too hard, really. I'd just be completely guessing. I mean, with a coin of this this tech, you would expect a $10 area to be targeted in the future, because we are still very adolescent. It's quite a young project, so I mean, it is a prediction kind of. I do think that we can hit those levels up there, but we need to consider entry prices first. So have some orders in here, try and catch a wick down like that did there, and then have some orders in down here around $1.80, and you could be rewarded. We have been down there twice, and things do move quick up and down on the low cap. So yeah, that will do it pretty much for the TA. That was just a basic analysis of a project, just an overview to what it is, where they come from. It's a Swiss project, and what the key stats are, just to give you a little bit of information to save you doing any in-depth analysis. So that will wrap it up for today's video. Please make sure you do like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.